Hey guys, this is Eric here, and today we're going to be doing a little bit different thing. We're going to be discussing some tips and tricks on Alibi. So we're going to get into a little custom match here that I have created. And what is it? Can I like modify, edit like this? So we're going to add, what is it? Let's add a match. We're going to add Morgan's a good one. Duplicate match. We're gonna go from here and change that over to. Where's the new map? New map even in here? Yeah, there we go. Alright. Oh, save. Where's the save? Save. Alright, we're gonna play through these, and I'm gonna show you guys some tips and tricks that I've come up with Alibi. So I'm gonna take a little bit of something from Get Flanked a little bit, how he talks a bit about the roamers and the types of playstyles the roamers have, and I'm going to discuss a little bit about that and how Alibi fits into that. So we're going to grab Alibi real quick. Yeah, everybody goes that way. So for me, Alibi.
Fortify the room. You need to keep the hostage secure.
Alibi is a great operator. She's really a great roamer. She's lightweight. She knows, and if you know what to do with her, you can easily place her in good spots. But what I've noticed a lot from people using Alibi is they'll do something like this. They do something like that, and they're hoping to get somebody from tower, which is right there. So, yeah, great idea. I don't like that, because one thing or another, it's open. So what I honestly suggest doing with Alibi, rather, is stick her someplace like right here.
Good work. Hostage location secure.
Grab this. Grab this. Come on. Pick that up. Reason why I say something like this is you want to place Alibi not where she's easily hit, but someplace where not just that they're going to hit her, but someplace where you can also fire back. So you can sit here and play mirror mirror with this trick right here, quickly, or right there by the tower. Reason why I say that is you don't always want to have mirrors where, or not mirrors, the Alibi decoys, Prismas, in places where it's just easily shot at. You want them in places, in locations where Alibi can, one, easily roam, but also, two, is closer to objective. Her playstyle is not really meant for running all the way across to the bottom end of the map or something like that. She's not supposed to, I don't see her being all the way down here for, well, this map is kind of small, but I don't see her being all the way around here and fighting somebody here when her Prisma is upstairs and she's not using her abilities to the best of her capabilities. She's not using them. At that point, they're just a big target. At that point, they're just, okay, that's a fake. You've now given away one of your targets. What you want to do is, what I like doing is keeping them a little bit hidden in places where somebody's going to spawn peek them, in places where they're close by. You're still roaming, in a sense. You're still wasting time, but you're also, what is it? You're also going to be not giving up everything. So this is a good spot in my opinion. So the places where I set them up, as you can tell right here, although they look like they wouldn't actually be fitting, I would place them in places like that where they're going to be spawn peaked and where you're easily within reach of the objective. So you're not so darn far away that objective is not right there. So you would place one right here by bathroom so you can get an easy shot here, switch right here, They've probably already droned this. They don't know what's going on. They see you, and you've got an easy spawn pad right here. Or let's penetrate this thing real quick. Is that even penetrable? Yeah, it should be. You always want to set yourself up. So something like this is a great spot because they'll do that. You can easily be always right here, and you're within the objective, and you're using your prismas effectively. So unless somebody gets the drop on you, you're always doing better, and you should easily be able to get to them. The way I explain it is that although you're a roamer, you're also within the objective's reaches. You're not always roaming about, but you are in a sense also wasting the enemy's time, the enemy's bullets, and you're doing your job as a roamer. So you're not somebody like, how do you say, what is it? Can we just skip this? You're not just, how do you say, like a bandit or a vigil, who are what I would call long-range, hard flank type roamers. You're more, what do you say? You're more, how do you say? You're the closer range type roamer. You're the one that sits closer to objective. It's still roaming. That's the thing. That's the hard part about it, is that everybody thinks of her as roamer, and that's a hard mentality to break. But she is a roamer. That's the thing. She is a roamer, but the playstyle, her more effective playstyle, is being really close to objective and using her decoys as decoys. And not just, sitting, not running around all over the place. I mean, that's great if you can get kills that way. I kudos to you. But I'm giving this sort of playstyle setup for people that are trying to learn her and trying to find an effective way of using her. So this setup here, I'm going to show, what is it? We're going to go Oregon here. And we'll start off orange team. Oregon, start. Like, this is a perfect map for her, because the maps that I see that are really good for her, she can go on any map, but the maps that I see, oh, come on, what happened here? No. Ah, crap. No vote. We'll do this. I'll go IQ just for fun. But the maps that I see her playing this on is
Need to find the hostage.
more of that the maps are short range, and enemies when they're coming in are gonna, as long as if you put your prismas out in like the open, like out here somewhere or someplace where people know that there's gonna be a prisma, or they expect one to be, then yeah, your job as a decoy / roamer has been effectively reduced, because they now know that the prisma's right there, and they're like, okay, we can avoid that, or you'll get somebody with Twitch drone getting rid of it or something like that. Is he not in here?
5 seconds before insertion.
Okay, he's probably downstairs.
You are clear to engage. Find the hostage and proceed to extraction point.
Let's not talk about my aim here. I missed that. Are you kidding me? We're not going to talk about my aim here. But as I was talking about with Alibi, she's great in close range. Really, definitely, with her fast, rapid-fire guns, including, but not including her shotgun.
Hostage located.
So moving along, we're just gonna kill ourselves real quick. Nice ass there, IQ. Moving along. So for this map, this map allows her to roam a lot more, the way I see it. I'll pick out a room real quick. Yeah. But it is a lot. For this one, it's a little harder to defend in a sense, almost. So you'd want to block off quite a bit, but you also want to be sure of allowing your Prismas to get hit to give information. That's another thing about her that a lot of people don't use or avoid using quite a bit, is they don't want her Prismas to be hit, but in a sense you also want them to be hit because they give information. So I would put someplace where it's predicative, but also where you would expect somebody to be. So I wouldn't put it like all the way up in the doorways. I would avoid doorways, really. Honestly speaking, I would avoid doorways. Why? Because nobody just stands in a fucking doorway and just waits. I mean, sure, it might get the first dumbass that walks through the door, like right here, but somebody coming in through here, their first thing they're going to hit is this. They're going to hit this and be like, oh, that's fake. But in doing that, they just gave themselves away. And you could always have somebody sitting right here, and they're like, oh, there's somebody there. Which gives information to your enemy. So you always want to be able to give information to your enemy. Another one that I would put, since this is hostage, is I would always look to square up with corners. So someplace like right about here, where it looks like I'm squaring up with the corner and I'm aiming down sight and looking towards the doorway. That's someplace where somebody would expect. You always want to make it look real. Now there's an issue with Alibi, and that's the fact that her gadget, she doesn't stay still. She kind of sways for a moment, and she doesn't exactly always mimic her gadget. But for, somebody who's close up and looking at her and they're not paying attention too much, they'll hit her. I like this spot right here personally because I wouldn't always be right there. I'd probably be peeking out right here, peeking out right here and getting a quick shot off from over here and trying to get people over here, because now I've got information. So what they're going to do is you get the occasional spawn peek over here. Somebody will probably be on the roof or something, and a lot of people will be pushing from that doorway over there. That Prisma that's right there in the corner right here, they shoot that, I know where they are from here. I could be on my way here and roam. And the thing is you want to effectively be really close to, not too close, but close enough to where you're still a danger or an imminent threat to your enemies as a roamer. And that's the thing about Alibi. You want to use her decoys effectively. So they don't always have to be around, but it's better to have them about. So you can easily come downstairs. You've made your way down here. Fuck. Made your way back, and now you're back. Back onto track, and you're back on the objective, and you're ready to go. And so that's the thing about alibis you want to use effectively. You always want to be able to find places to stick them. Another good place would be to like sit them right here. I would angle it so that would be sitting right up here looking at the window, because their first shot is going to come right through there. They're going to shoot right through there. Whatnot. The thing about Alibi is she is a roamer, yes,
5 seconds to go.
but she's also objective based. You want her closer to the objective. You want her.
Out of time.
You don't want her too far away from the objective. You don't want her way out there roaming and not using her Prismas. That's why they're there. And to effectively use them, and we're going to move to a different map now. We're just going to, you know what, we'll just spawn again and kill this poor hostage. To effectively use them, you want to be using them so that you're hitting spawn peak areas, you're hitting areas of high traffic where people are more likely going to shoot down the hallway So, like, another good place I would stick them is, if depending on where the hostage was located or where the objective was located, is right here along this corner. Because you know what, people are not going to come. You won't always have people run down here, and a lot of people will like to push from right here, depending. And I'm wasting a ton of time talking about this, but the thing is it's really helpful for you guys to learn where objectives are, and it's to use her. You have to have effective knowledge
Operation is still a go.
of the map. So you have to have effective knowledge. You have to have map knowledge in order to play Alibi really, really well. So my suggestion, another tip for you guys, is to take Alibi and run around with her and test her out, and try and follow what I was talking about, staying close to the objective. Don't run all the way out across the map, but stick around so that you're within 10 to 15 seconds away. At most, you're only 10 to 15 seconds away from the map. Or I mean not the map, but the objective. So you're not running all around the map and you're like lost as all hell. Like, what the fuck is this guy? Actually. That's a good question. Where is he? Is he in... I think he's in meeting hall. I didn't really check meeting hall too much. There he is. So a lot of people will go straight through here, depending on where they spawned, and if they're just randomly shooting, right, they're going to hit that Prisma as they open up this window. That gives you, as Alibi and most of your team, information. So you're playing both an information game and a decoy time-wasting type game. So you're going to have people come pushing down this way, and you're going to be roaming about everywhere around within the objective. So a good place I would expect an Alibi is someplace where I'm staring down the line of sight here, because people are going to come through here, and the first thing they're going to do is they're going to open up this place, and they're going to come sit right here. They're going to look right here, and they're going to bang. They're going to see the Alibi sitting in the corner. They're going to come up here. They're going to see the Alibi right about here. They're going to see her gun, and they're going to, test. And next thing you know, okay, now you know there's people over here. You can expect people coming from that direction. Another place I would probably stick an Alibi is, like, right here. Or, what is it? No, not right here. That's actually pretty good. That is a good spot, but another one would be, like, right up here on the stairs looking this way. Why? Because it takes it away from the doorway, and somebody pushing from over here, they're going to come in through here. They're going to be like, what the heck happened? Anyways, I'm sorry, poor hostage. Die again! Shit. There we go.
Hostage was killed.
So we're gonna spawn in a couple other locations, including bedroom, I think, just to show more of how to effectively use. What is it? Is it dorm's main hall? Is that the one? That's meeting hall. That's supply room. Is this upstairs? I hope. Yeah, I think it's upstairs. It might not be, but I don't know. But the whole point of Alibi is that yes, she's a time waster. You gotta see her more as a time waster. So like this one right here, effectively. Let's open up the walls here. What I would do right here is stick one right here in this little corner right here. Why? Because people that are going to come through here are going to be like aiming, and they're going to be looking at, and they're looking for realism. You can remember the holographics. You see him with the little symbol on him right here, but the enemy does not see that. The enemy's looking at it and they're like, "What the hell is that?" Or what is it? I would stick one.
Hostage was not located.
right here. Taking a look at the window, so somebody coming through here, they're going to be scared. The whole point of using Alibi the way she is that she's supposed to be intimidating, and I wasted that darn grenade. Did I grab the... Come here. It doesn't really open up a hole. Can I crawl through here now? Come on now. So what I would do is I would stick, I'd actually, you know what, I'd probably stick one right here. Just for fun. So I would probably stick it to where it's looking out this way. So the whole point of it is that they're intimidated by the fact that you have a ton of presence on the map. As Alibi, you gotta use that presence. You have a ton of presence on the map, and you're always around. So somebody coming in through a window here, and as I'll show you guys real quick, you'll see somebody come out through the window, and the first thing they're gonna do is they're gonna open this up, and they're gonna see your Alibi. What's their first thing? Oh my god, there's a fucking person there. They're gonna shoot that and realize their mistake way too late. Come on. Come on, let's go through this. Okay. They're saying, the whole point of it is you want to open it up and you have the element of surprise. You're not always going to be able to kill everybody, but you'll also be able to have an information game. So you're going to have people shooting your Prismas and thinking, oh shit, they know where I am. And they're going to, and as long as you put them in places where people are intimidated or don't know for sure, then you always stand a chance. So that's the thing about roaming. You gotta roam close, but you're also using your presence everywhere on the map to waste time. Because time is valuable when you're rushing unranked, you're trying to get to objective, you're trying to get to security, you're trying to defuse the bomb, and they have to waste time thinking, okay, is that a fake alibi or is that a real alibi? They don't know. And this is the whole point of Alibi's greatest trick is. Anyways, we're going to move on. I think that's all I can really give you guys in terms of tips. So moving along, we're going to leave this real quick. Return to menu. We're going to go use a bigger map. We're going to go use a bigger map now. So, Alibi is really, really great. Oh, come on. Great. We're gonna go here. The thing about, I always, and this is my main point really, is, and I'll probably show you guys more areas where you can use Alibi, and I keep telling you guys, it's always about presence. You have a ton of presence around the map, and you're also roaming, but you've got to stay close to objective. It's just an effective playstyle that I find. A lot of mistakes that I see with people using Alibi, and I think I already mentioned it, is they run around. Another one that I also see quite a bit is they don't put the Prismas down at all. They just don't use them because they're like, oh, I'll just go to run around the map. I'm a roamer. You're not a bandit. You're not a... You're not a bandit. You're not a...
Fortify the room. You need to keep the hostage secure. The hostage was not located.
You're not a bandit. You're not a... what is it? Or a ally. You're not a vigil. You're not a long-range type roamer that can do hard flanks. You can do that. That if that's your effective playstyle, go for it. But I still don't think of her as being able to do that. So you want to roam, but you also don't want to roam too much. So she sort of fits in almost like an Ella. She wants to be close to objective, but she also doesn't want to be too close to objective. She doesn't want to give away her position too much. She doesn't want to be all out there. Where the hell's this darn drone hole? There we go. Oh, that was quick. So, the whole point of using her is to, one, not just waste time. You want to also find places where it's realistic. So, one, you want to avoid doorways. You want to avoid, like, expected windows because, you know, they're going to shoot through the window. They're going to shoot through the window, and it gives you temporary vision of them, or well, not vision, but an idea, location of them, jackal, imprint, whatever you want to call it. And that's it. There's nothing more to it. And while I'm here, I'm going to share this with you guys. Are you kidding me? Here you guys go, guys. Tachanka. There's your Tachanka Easter egg for you guys, just for fun. That's just in the art studio. I'm gonna go... You're gonna be a blonde, bitch. So, good place where I would probably stick alibis in this room. I'd probably stick one looking out the doorway here. Another one right over here by the piano, just looking over here. Why? Because they're going to shoot through here and they're going to shoot through there. And they may likely come through there too. The whole point of this is you want to be objective based, and it's all up to you on how you want to play your playstyle. And I think that's all the tips I can give you guys. If you guys want more tips, go check out Get Flanks material on and how he describes and goes through the type of roamers. In my opinion, there's 3 types of roamers. You got the roamer that's long range, hard flank. I find that to be Vigil and Bandit and Jaegers. Why? Because they put down their gadgets and they can go out roaming all over the place and they waste the time of the enemy. The other one that I find is Alibi and Ella. They're the objective-based type. They have their traps and prismas close by. Frost is also a real good one for that one on roaming too. I think you could put her there. The other one that you want to put down is the type of roamer that is intel-based. So Valkyrie, Caveira, and Alibi all sort of fit into that category because Valkyrie with her cams and Alibi with her prismas give information based on location and where they are, and that's sort of how this game will start to play. This is sort of the meta.
Fire, hostage down.
This whole game is starting to slowly become more information based, with Lion coming about, with Dokaibi, with Jackal on the attacker team, and now they're doing the same sort of meta with the defending team. Now you've got a lot of you got Valkyrie, you've got Alibi, you've got Caveira, you've got Frost Trap is sort of really not information based. It's mainly more like entry denial, sort of like Kapkan. But you've got these people that have their setup, as I was showing you guys. You have them giving away their information.
You need to keep the
It's
hostage
always going to be
secure.
information
Fortify
based.
the
So
room.
what I was talking about before is I would stick one probably right here, looking up towards the door, and another one in the corner right here. And last but not least, wait, come here. Oh, come here. Something like that. Why? Because you're covering the entryways, and you're also going to give information. You don't always have to have them in the exacting spot. You can always take, and I always suggest this, is use one or two in the objective, take one with you. Why? Because you can probably get away with using a mirror tactic that you'll see everywhere. I'm sorry, Lord. You always take one with you, and you always want to have it someplace where you can get information. So if you're traveling around, a good place I would probably put it is always be closer to the objective. So you always want to have in mind where the objective is, and where people are likely going to spawn, and where people are likely going to be. So I could play, what is it, a mirror trick right here. And I catch the door. I catch anything that's there. And they gotta figure it out. So when they're pushing, they're gonna try to enter through here. They've given themselves away by shooting that wall. They've also given themselves away when they come in through the window here, and they peek through, and the first thing they're going to see is Alibi right there. They're going to shoot it. And that's information to anybody that's sitting within this room. I really wouldn't use this room too much, though, because as you see, the Lord's not going to always be there, and I've defiled his face. I'm sorry, Lord, but you don't know. Jesus Christ, are you kidding me? This statue's made of like steel or something. Oh, I'm not putting it in. Alright, whatever. Moving along. I'm sorry, hostage, but this is the end of you.
Injured by friendly. Hostage is KIA.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyways, that should be the end of all my tips and tricks with Alibi. It's all about making an effective playstyle for you. How do you want to play her? It's all up to you. But this style of play is, I find, more effective for her. I'm gonna leave real quick. Turn the menu. I find that Alibi has a more effective playstyle when she's much closer to objective and she takes a Prisma with her, but she uses it so that she can still gather intel. The way I see it is, you stick her Prismas in objective, they shoot through the objective, and they all go guns blazing through it, and they shoot your Prismas. What happens? You got information. You get a little bit of information, and you come in closing in for that flank because you've got that information now. You've got the information now. Use it. And that's what I'm seeing a lot of mistakes. They don't use the information. They don't peek the corners. Yeah, okay, that's fine. The anchors don't need to peek. Or they can peek the corner, or they can set themselves up for it, but your main job is, as the armor, is to take care of the enemy as much as you can. You go in there, you get 1, 2, 3, however you want to do it. You've done your job. You've killed the main people that you need to kill, like thermites, habanas, ashes, whatever. You've got them down. That's your job. The way I said it is, you got to be close to objective near your Prismas so that you can use the information when they shoot through your Prismas, and you can come around and flank them. Unlike a Vigil who comes around, he has to flank based on what he hears from what's being given to him by communications. Alibi kind of takes that away. You're given information instantly by what they do. So if they shoot through your Prismas, you're given that, okay, they're right there, they're going to move to there, they're moving over here, and you're given information by your teammates, and it's up to you on how you want to use it and how you're going to play her. But I find that this style is a lot more effective, and I would suggest it to anybody that's using her to try out that style and see how it goes for them. Anyways, thank you guys all for hanging out with me for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this content, and I'll see you guys all next time.